My previous broker, it was apparent to me he didn't have much experience with business owners, and he would, I dare say, not even aware of this garage or alt lending thing. From your point of view, Aaron, if in the industry in general, is this something that most mortgage brokers know about, or even the people in the bank are aware of these alt doc loan availabilities or things that can be done to help business owners get lending? Or is this very specialized to a few? Like, what's your feel on the general mortgage broker? And do business owners need to be hunting for someone who works specifically with business owners?
Well, I would take that back a little bit, because when we're trying to put approvals through for business owners, we've got to understand that the banks are geared up and made policies from their preconception of being employed themselves. There's so much lending out there, so many people that need lending, from what we're specifically talking about with business owners through to the employed person, through to the employed person that has the ability to have entities to draw passive income, or even getting more complex into their superannuation space, that mortgage brokers will specialize. I started out as a mortgage broker, and I did employed people, because you can see, as we've talked, it's easy. 2 pay slips away we go, annualize a pay slip. But as we get into the business owner area, banks don't usually annualize your profit and loss statement halfway through the year, but they do on your payslip. So, does everyone know everything about lending? No. I have a passion behind business owners, so I've gone straight deep into that, and my journey was going through the self-managed super funds and into the complexities of how we can get the right lending for business owners, how we can put them in the right trajectory and the right targets. And even as recent as this week, I've had conversations with business owners, electrical companies, and others that are focused on what they're doing best, that when I've suggested that maybe we can utilize your last 6 months of uplift via your business activity statements, they just went, What's going on here? How can we do that? Is it going to cost me more? How much more is it going to cost? What's the actual dollar figure that it's going to turn into repayment wise? And this is the other thing, when we're looking at these funding lines, it's what's the repayment going to turn into, not necessarily what the interest rate is, because it's not the interest rate, it's actually what's coming out of your bank account that really, really matters. So when you're looking at mortgage brokers, we all tend to go to a specialty. And my niche is complex self-employed, and I love the space because we affect and make an impact. And that's where, when you're screening brokers, I think all business owners can go down the path of what we do inside our business. So inside our business, when we want more staff, we go out and recruit, and we go out and interview. That's a natural talent that a business owner has. Why don't we do it for our team that's around us to build wealth?
And I think that comes back to that educational play, right? Like, when I first started this as a business owner, I'm just like, accountants are all the same, right? Lending specialists, they're all the same, right? Because where are you gonna find that information from, right?
That's funny.
There's no education that's like, oh, did you know they're different? Like, there's no Google search that says, oh, by the way, lending specialist, go and look for a business owner specific versus employee specific, etc. Right? Like, it is one of those epiphanies that I don't think a lot of business owners understand, is that it is different. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to unpick this, right? Because I know quite a few mortgage brokers, and I've used others in the past, and they just say, I'm a lending specialist, or I'm a mortgage broker, right? They don't really go, to your point, down into the complex self-employed, right? So imagine I'm just listening to this and I'm like, Aaron, Charlie, Grant, I get what you're saying. How can I shake down the guy I'm using to actually see if he understands it? Or if I'm out looking for different providers, like, what kind of questions should they be asking? They obviously can't just go straight out and say, hey, do you understand the differences for Australian business owners? Like, how should they approach this in your experience, Aaron? Because you would have seen people who just specialize in employees versus business owners, right? So how can we differentiate that?
Yeah, this is it probably touches on a few things too. Is that when we start approaching people, we are on heightened alert. We are trying to see where maybe the negotiation is going to. We're trying to get them to tell us a lot more about themselves before we give information about us. And that could be that ego thing, or it's just smart business. And I would go down the path of that natural talent. We're trying to recruit for a specific business position in our business, and I don't think our wealth creation team should be considered any different. And you go down, you're going to have to ask the questions. Like, it might be, have you worked with accountants and financial planners before? It might be really simple stuff. It might be, in my case, I get a lot of referred business. You might want to go, yeah, well, you've suggested to use Aaron. I don't know him from bar of soap. What's he done for you? So going back to the person referring the person on, and I see it as I'm actually actively recruiting for brokers in my own business. I'm going to have a look at what's their deals.
Hey, fellow business owner, if this topic and value-packed short video has resonated with you at all and you want to dive deeper into wealth creation, check out the full episode by clicking the link on your screen or in the post right now.